What's up, guys? We are the Duderes, and this is another episode of Anime Overload. And this time we are talking about Kancolle Episodes 4 and 5. No, 5 and 6. It's 5 and 6 this time around.
Yeah, 5 and 6.
Let's go. Kancolle Episode number 5. The Admiral announces a reorganization of the fleets, so Fubuki and the rest of the 3rd Torpedo Squadron spend their last night together to continue their spirit in whatever fleet they end up in. Fubuki ends up in Mobile Unit 5, 5th Mobile Fleet, along with Kongo, Kitakami, Oi, Kaga, and Zuikaku, quickly discovering that the latter two don't get along with each other since they're from different carrier groups. As Fubuki laments her experience, she learns from Akagi that the splits were made to prepare the girls for a counterattack mission with the Abyssal. With the unit arguing over who should be flagship, the girls take turns being the flagship, each one turning out to be a failure due to their selfishness. Just as Zuikaku contemplates asking the Admiral to reassign the groups, the unit is sortied into a battle against the Abyssal, with Fubuki calmly giving out orders before acting as a decoy, allowing the unit to defeat the enemy. And pressed by her ability to take command, the unit unanimously nominate Fubuki to be the flagship and start to get along with each other a lot better. So, Jeremy, what did you think of episode number 5?
This episode, it was. I wanted to explore more of the characters, and it's nice that they've done this reorganization so we get that opportunity. Mm-hmm. But it really, this episode, really kind of reinforces my dislike for one character. I mean, I really dislike her.
Yeah.
What is her?
I have no idea what her actual name is.
Yeah. You know, having Yuri tones in the show seems to be very prevalent. And that's fine. I'm not against that in any way, but it's really over the top with them.
Well, I mean, I think it's partially a reason because when she enters the screen, like, everything has to stop, and, like, she has to do her gag, and I think everybody, after, like, 2 times seeing her gag, everyone's just like, God, move on!
Yeah, I mean, it's like, we get it. Seriously? You like the other girl. We've got that. You don't need to jump down the viewer's throat every time you show up. And really, that's my issue. You know, my only issue with this episode was that particular people, because it was really nice to watch them all kind of squabble, you know, and fail at trying to be flagship. And it really ultimately it culminated in Fubuki coming into her own. I mean, she kind of seemed to be really unsure of herself and things like that. But when the pressure came on and somebody had to step up, she did it and did it just perfect. Mm-hmm. And they recognized it. Even, it was much to probably your dismay, Kongo, she even failed at it, so.
Yeah, I kind of figured they'd just do it by strength, but clearly it's not by strength alone. Or else, obviously, Kongo would be on top. But, I would say this episode's actually pivotal in the show. Reason being is because it does something that I think a lot of people didn't think it had the testicular fortitude to do, which is change up the character cast, really. I mean, sure, we still have Fubuki, which is fine. We need a singular main character to follow, which she gets good development in this episode. But they switch up the kind of like the side cast of characters. Sure, we got to, Poi Girl's gone and the other one is gone. I mean, sure, we get to see him from time to time, which is, still nice, but we now get a new focus on new, fresh characters.
And I mean, ultimately, I think with as big of a, overall potential cast that Kancolle has, I think that's definitely needed.
I mean, there's over 100 girls.
I mean, and they haven't even touched on any of the ships from other nations
and submarines, and yeah. So, this episode, I would again just want to point out that it's pivotal. It changes it up. It makes things fresh again. We have new character relationships and rivalries and people who like and dislike each other, and just, new opportunities for storylines and comedy and all that stuff. So, it's good on the people who are making Kancolle, who really have just an entire thing to do whatever they want, because since Kancolle really has no story other than the fact that it's girls that fight these abyssals. So Good on them. That was a really great decision. Other than that, the rest of the episode with them trying to decide, it was funny. And like you said, Fubuki comes into her own, and, it was a great episode, and, for a lot of reasons, plot progressing wise, and, character progression wise for our main character. So, I would go as far to say this episode is at least a 4.5.
I will agree with that 100%. I mean, there's really not a lot that's bad with this episode.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a 4.5. Besides with the, the overdoing it in the Yuri category.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would say that actually brings down the show in a lot of ways.
I guess with an all-female cast, that's fine. Was to be expected going into this.
Mm.
It's just that, it's there. We know it's there.
Mm.
Don't cram it down our throat every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So, but they do it with this character every single time.
Yeah. But with that, let's go to episode 6.
Kancolle Episode 6. A curry contest is announced with the winning curry recipe to be used in the official menu. The Destroyer Division 6. Akatsuki, Hibiki, Ikazuchi, Inazuma hope to win the contest in order to become proper ladies, but none of them have made curry before. Despite running into various mishaps in their attempts to successfully make curry, the group nonetheless remained determined. On the day of the contest, most of the competing teams end up knocking themselves out, leaving just Division 6 against Ashiga and Harguro, who proved to be intimidating opponents. After judging both entries, Nagato judges Division 6 curry as the winner, mainly because she can't stand spicy curry. So what'd you think of Episode 6?
Episode 6, it was a nice break from what we've seen. Last episode we had a lot of plot progression, but this time around we get different characters, complete different focus, which is kind of surprising. So, and a lot of people have been saying that it was very OVA-ish in a way, or filler-ish, like it wasn't necessary. I'm like, well, you got to take into account we're watching a show where, well, first off, there really is no story. They can go anywhere they want with this, and but I guess a lot of people are just basing it on the fact of what we've seen so far. But we are watching girls who are based off Japanese warships do cute things. That is literally 50% of what the show's about. So you have to take that into consideration when you're watching the show, that sometimes you're going to see some really cute moe things like this. And I do agree in a way that it does seem filler-ish. It does, pause the entire plot altogether because, I guess after last episode, I kind of pictured more plot progression, especially with the upcoming attack that the Admiral's planning.
Well, I think that's kind of why this episode is important. I think...
Take a break?
Oh, I think this is supposed to be the calm before the storm.
Mm-hmm.
I think that after when we get into the next episode, I think a lot's going to happen, and
you think someone's gonna sink?
I think that's a big possibility, but I think we're going to see a lot of battles coming up,
mm-hmm.
and a lot of hard decisions being made, both on from the Admiral's perspective about what he's got to make these girls do, and the characters themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it was. I think that this episode was important because they wanted to introduce some more of these people that are going to be pivotal in these potential storylines coming up, as well as kind of give the characters a reprieve before they're sent out to do their job.
Yeah. It was nice because it gives us a chance to see other characters, kind of like what we said about last episode. We got to see more characters. We got to see these cute little lollies. It was adorable. This episode was adorable 100%. There was no sad parts whatsoever, except for that one girl who I think wants to get married to some man, and she doesn't. She wants to be the perfect housewife, and everyone's like, "Oh man, now this contest is just sad."
Yeah.
So for what it was, I appreciated it. It was funny. I liked it, and I don't really have anything other to complain about, other than that the plot didn't.
It was
go
filler.
Anywhere. Yeah, that was filler. It was kind of whatever.
I think probably one of the funniest thing. There was two really comedy points that stuck out for me on this. When they decided to try to cook curry with a flamethrower.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Who doesn't do that at least once in their life?
So, that was funny. Then they had the repair girl. Made them a special pot.
Yeah.
But when they had Shimakaze during the contest, where
she just made instant.
She made pre-made. She just brought pre-made curry, and then she doesn't even let anybody try it. She just eats it herself.
Yeah, and then Congo's is poisoned that knocked out people or knocked out her and her sister.
Yeah, she forgot to add the vegetables to hers, so her sister adds everything else into the pot and turns it into some kind of weird purple
monstrosity.
Purple pot of death.
So, I mean, I think the one other thing that I can think of that I complain is the fact that, I mean, this show was unique on its own with the ship girls and stuff. So, someone else brought up this point that, I think they could have done something more unique about making curry of what they are. Maybe if they made it, racing on the ocean, doing something, It's like, or they could have fired their torpedoes at, or missiles or bullets at the vegetables, and that's how they got sliced or something. So there could have been a vastly different approach to this traditional way of cooking. I mean, they're ship girls. They should, there should have been a little bit more originality there, because there's definitely room for it.
Yeah, I agree to that. But I do think what they did was hilarious in its own way. I mean, especially everybody that knocked themselves out.
Mm-hmm.
From Akagi eating all the ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
To Shimakaze with her, pre-made stuff, Congo with their death pot.
Yeah.
I think that was everything in its own right was funny. But yeah, they could have done something a lot different, made this just feel a little bit more in line with the theme of the show.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's really my main complaint. So, I mean, that's why I'm just going to give this episode a 3.5. Because it had a lot of charm to it, and the fact that we focused on different characters. It wasn't Fubuki and the gang making it. It was a completely new set of girls that we've only seen once or twice.
Yeah, it's definitely a 3.5. Just mainly for me, just because it felt like a filler.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, that is Kancolle this week, everybody. What did you think about these episodes? Did you like them? Did you hate them? Were you indifferent about them? Let us know. Do you want to try Congo's curry? I do. I will die for her curry.
So leave us a comment in the comment section. If you like the video, please give us a like. And if you want to see more content like this, please give us a subscribe. We're also on Twitter and Facebook. Give us a follow and a like.
And if you want to check out those are also going to be in the description or in our About section on our YouTube channel. So with that, thank you guys, and we'll catch you next week.
See ya.
What's up, guys? We are the Duderes, and this is Anime Penis. Rape Man.
Yeah. Dang-a-leg. Diamond is nice. A good rape is forever.
Good rape is forever. Jesus. Okay, alright. Well, we'll think about that later.